Hi, I'm Gabrielle Grubanovic. I run the personal shopping and designer sourcing service here at the Design Centre in Chelsea Harbour. Both of these services are completely complementary, so if you need help with sourcing or purchasing or have a design dilemma, then please feel free to give us a call or get in touch by email or phone. All of our information is available on the website. I'm thrilled to be joined today by the wonderful Esty Barnes, who runs Top Floor by Esty here on the second floor in the South Dome of the Design Centre. Esty set up her business in 1998, where she rapidly went on to win multiple awards for her distinctive textured rug designs. From that, she was springboarded into fame with interior designers around the world. So today we're going to talk about rugs and carpets, not only from an aesthetic point of view, which clearly Esty is queen of, but also from the practicalities of what to look for when you're choosing your carpets. So Esty, over to you. Our first question is, what should we be looking at when we're choosing our flooring?
It depends on several things. The first of which I think is the budget. Once we know the budget, then we can move on to the technical side and the aesthetic side of it. Then we have to ask the questions: which color, which room it's going in, which colors do the owners prefer, which pile heights do they want? Do they want a very thin carpet, or do they want a thick carpet, or something in between? And then how to use the yarns. Is it matte, or is it something glamorous? So all of these. And one more thing, whether they have pets in the house or not. That's a crucial question. As we are a 100% bespoke company, we are not bound or restricted with anything. So anything they want, we can cater for.
So in the carpet and rug world, Esty, there's a huge amount to choose from. Not only do we need to consider pile heights, like you mentioned before, but also we need to think about the materials. And I think a question that I get asked a lot as a personal shopper is, should I be looking at wool? Should I be looking at nylon? Should I be looking at silks? Can I use silk? For example, silk is obviously beautiful in a bedroom, but could I use silk, for example, on my staircase? What sort of advice would you give people when they're looking at what sort of materials they should be looking at?
Well, I don't blame them for asking these questions, because sky's the limit, as we know. But if you ask me, wool for me is the best material. Some people don't like wool because they think it's flat, it's matte, it doesn't add enough glamour to the room. Well, I don't agree with that, because wool in itself has got a lot of different materials, different varieties. Those varieties go from mohair, merino wool, pashmina, cashmere, and these are very luxurious, even shiny materials. I mean, I've seen mohair shinier than silk. Yes. So that's that. But of course there is use for silk and silky materials. When I say silky, there are man-made versions of silk, which are bamboo and viscose and tencel. Some of them are not water-friendly as much as the others, but for instance, tencel, which is a relatively new material, is very water-friendly, and it can be used in overall, in the 100% in the rug, and it can be washed.
It's really important, isn't it, to have for people to use a fibre on the floor that they know is going to be durable and cleanable, because we all have accidents with wine and food, and we have pets and children, and so we do need something that's easy to clean. And actually, as you were saying before, wool is perfect for that, because it's a natural fibre and it's easy to clean, and also nylon, right? Durable and easy to clean.
Yes.
Silk maybe less so.
No, it's not less so. It's very, very durable and very cleanable. You can wash it under the sink, if you have a small enough piece. However, a nylon is more used in contract world. So all those carpets you see in the hotels have a certain amount of nylon in them. That makes them more durable and easier to clean and maintain. Having said that, we have a nylon product that we sold for wall-to-wall carpeting. Price-wise, it's very economic, and also the use and the look of it is very nice. It's even shiny.
And a lot of people who want something luxurious are looking for thick pile, shiny, and that silk look, but they don't necessarily want to pay the price of a full silk carpet. Esty, the other thing that's really important to consider when buying a carpet or a rug is the pile. And there's a huge variety of piles, from loop piles to cut piles to twists to Saxony. I'm not sure that most people understand exactly what that jargon means. So could you tell us a little bit about, or even show us if you have any examples, the difference between those sorts of piles?
Cut and loop pile are different varieties of you can do with the same yarn on the same carpet. Like this example here is a good one. This is a banana fiber, by the way. It is it's very shiny. It's even shinier than viscose and everything, and it is man-made. This part is a loop pile, and only these lines, the stripes, are in cut pile. So that, and it's all one color. So you can see that in one color, you can get so many varieties, and you don't have to use multiple colors or anything, and the effect is very powerful, very desirable as well. So that's one of them. Another one is this, we can see here, loop pile and cut pile in different materials. In between these lines, there is wool loop pile, and this is loop pile as well. But all the rest is silk, and they are cut pile. So that creates another effect, another look, without having to use big patterns, big designs. No, you can only use, in fact, I don't even have to use this. You can only use this and create a beautiful rug.
Unless, of course, you have pets, then you might not want to use the loop pile, right?
That's true. That's a very good point. I would never make a loop pile rug or carpet for people who have cats. Cats scratch. They love the loop. It's like a toy for them, but it's not a toy for the owner of the house. So we have to be very careful with pets. Not so much with dogs. Dogs are fine with a loop pile. They don't scratch as much, and their nails are cut too.
Esty, there's a real hot topic worldwide actually, in all aspects of our lives, but also in the interior world, which is that of sustainability. I think, recently or in the past few years, we all make a much more considered decision when making purchases, be they clothes or in interiors. We all want to live in a more eco-friendly world, in a more environmentally friendly world, and that includes the world of carpets, rugs, etc. If I were to walk into the showroom and ask you to show me something that was sustainable, what would you recommend?
We are making more and more natural fiber rugs and samples and carpets. Having said that, wool is sustainable, and wool is a material that we never forget. So that is the main material we use. But after that, some 2 years ago, we launched a collection called Yours Naturally, which was made out of natural fibers like jute, bamboo, linen, hemp, nettle, and the like, and cotton as well. And we mix and match these materials as much as we use them on their own. They are normally either hand knotted or woven in looms. And we extensively use jute these days, and I'll tell you a few points why. Jute is a very good material in terms of yield. So you can plant in a very small area, you can plant jute, and you get a lot more than other fibers. So its yield is very good. It is not water hungry. So with less irrigation and less electricity, you get a lot of crop, and it is good crop as well. The jute plant has a core, which is called hurd. Hurd can replace wood. And at the moment, it is not used a lot, as much as it should be. But in the future, it means deforestation, which is a very important problem for the world. So we tend to use these fibers more and more, and we make beautiful rugs, and even to be used in the formal living rooms as well as summer houses.
What you're saying is that you are looking more and more into your own product development and how you can make things more sustainable moving forward.
It is very important for us to save this planet. and to supply to our customers things that are going to last, and when they throw them away, they're going to be able to be recycled, so used again.
Right, Esty, last question for you, and I know this is going to be the funnest question that I've asked you today. Creating rugs is really your passion. We can see that from all the amazing work that you do. How do you go about designing a rug? Where do you get your inspiration from? Tell us a bit about what the process is.
I do things differently, and I like doing things differently, and I like to change as well. And that's been my motto so far. And all my awards that I won were for the different techniques that I used and the different looks that I created through them. I'll tell you a story, which is a very simple story. I had a very important client who had a very prestigious project. They came to me and said, "Can you do something with a wow factor? We're not going to tell you any brief, we'll leave it to you." Okay, I had something in mind, which I hadn't even made a prototype, not a sample, but I had it in my mind and I wanted to try this. This was a great opportunity. So I explained what it was. It wasn't something to be drawn because it was almost a concept. It was completely 3D, nothing of the sort that I have seen around or anybody has done before. So I explained, they said, go for it. And then we started to sample, the samples came about. In the process, because we have all these distances between the factories and where we are, I got another sample, a different design similar to that, and I'll show you what it is. It's this. It was similar to my brief, which was different angles to the pile. We had to cut and sculpt the pile. But I wanted this. I didn't want that. And I showed the client, I said, "Shall we stop here? Are you happy with this?" I said, "I'm not happy." They said, "No, let's go for it." And then a few more samples, we got what we wanted. This product is called Esquire, this design. I won 2 awards with it, internationally, one in New York and one in London. And I'm still selling it.
Esty, thank you so much for all of your insight and your knowledge. I'm sure we've all learnt something today from this session. It's been an absolute pleasure. If anyone would like more information about Esty's fabulous rugs or carpets, or would like to come with me to visit Esty or anywhere else in the Design Centre, then as I said earlier, please do get in touch. All of our information, including Esty's, is on the Design Centre Chelsea Harbour website.